From the outset, I knew that once I arrived in Santiago, everything would be different. That the end of the Camino would be the beginning of a new phase in my life. I came here to reflect on this, but in the end, by learning to live each moment in the present, I forgot to pay attention to what awaits me in the future. But that's okay, and maybe it's even right that it turned out that way. Because there are so many stimuli that I listened to the Camino, rather than worrying about things that are still so far away, both in space and time. It's not the time to think too much about it, and the Camino taught me that, because my plans are also already changed. It has taught me a lot, or rather, I have walked miles and miles to discover things that I already knew, but which are really difficult lessons to accept. I have learned to slow down, not to rush, to let go, to let myself go. I have understood the value of time, of people, of small gestures, of small things. Now I know how to improvise. I have realized that there is no need to always plan every little detail, learning to love the unexpected, following my heart, changing my plans, and thus going to Finisterre by bus rather than on foot. I cried for no reason, looking at the ocean from a side view. I couldn't see the horizon, it was hidden by the rocks, but my instinct led me to see it there. I cried, but not because I was sad that this journey was coming to an end. It was because of the accumulation of powerful emotions that crashed all at once like waves against reality. I'm frightened by what the future holds, the uncertainty of the unknown. And it took courage to change place, to move to the middle of the beach, to look at the infinity in front of me beyond the ocean. Who knows what lies hidden down there? Into the unknown as Jin sank through the journey. It's something that really scares me, but I know I can't face it. This Camino is a transition between my past and my future. Soon everything will change, every single thing. Santiago is the hub around which my story revolves, and is just a taste of what I want to experience. It's the first step towards settling into a more carefree, less organized, more improvised life, like the chapter that has just ended. I would have kept walking for days, weeks, months, even a whole year, why not? And sooner or later, who knows? But it's also true that this journey has become so special only thanks to the people I have met, who have filled my Camino with colors. Step by step, I learned to love without limits, without boundaries, to love without possessing, simply to care. New, unexpected and completely irrational feelings, sometimes meaningless but sincere and real. Emotions impossible to tame and useless to hold back. I learned to accept them, not to hide them, not to be afraid to express what I feel. I have no regrets now that the end has come, and as I think about it, I'm happy. After sharing one last sunset with Jane and Michele, I joined the rest of the group in Muxia to finish the Camino with them, returning to Finisterre. It's true that here on the Camino we don't come to reach our destination, but in our case to be together, to share an entire life in just under a month. We are a family, united by an invisible chain that is now impossible to break, even though we are gradually dispersing one by one, and it's here in Muxia that we said goodbye to Fran, the Polish guy, from Cheesecake. For weeks, he had been saying that he would leave the group to get to Santiago faster, but in the end he stayed until the last day, united by the bond of our family. Along the Camino, I regretted a little not having started like everyone else from Saint-Jean, but if I had done so, I would not have met all of them. It would have been a completely different experience with other people, other rhythms, other thoughts, other emotions, other loves, other colors. I left on the right day, from the right place, to meet the right people. I can't imagine how empty I will feel once I get home. I will miss chatting about the meaning of our lives, about why we came here to cross Spain chasing yellow shells on a blue background, greeting other pilgrims and exchanging buen camino. I will carry in my heart every starlit night, especially one, the excitement of every time we stopped to look at it as if we had never seen it before, and falling in love with it. I will miss the songs hummed by Jean and his irony, Hans' calmness and wisdom, Fran's cunning and cleverness, Andres' spontaneity and his desire to share, the mystery and depth hidden in Nisha's eyes, Will's naturalness and kindness and his silver umbrella to protect himself from the sun, Jane's passion and enthusiasm for life in her words, Rose's genuine smile and his carefree nature, Jewel's brightness and easily frightening simple character, Michele's insecurity about his beard and hair and his honesty. I will miss the group gossip, the stories born on the Camino, the deepest secrets and the colors of each of us. But we will see each other again soon, sooner or later. We will keep in touch, and we have already agreed that in 10 years, or perhaps even less, we will all walk the Camino together again. Who knows how many things will have changed. We all arrived here with a story in search of transformation, and we will return home knowing that we will never be the same again, because each of us always lives two lives, and the second begins when we realize that we only have one. The kilometers I have walked are nothing compared to what lies ahead, but now that I have had a chance to stop for a moment, I realize how far I can actually go, how much energy, how much passion, how much willpower I have, encouraging me to continue on what I believe is the right path for me. I was looking for confirmations and I found them. I just need to find the courage and decide when to take the big step. I must not remain immobile in the face of the fear of the great unknown. I am not alone, I will never be alone, because as it says on Jean's t-shirt, each of them will always walk by my side. And with every sunrise, sunset and starry night I witness from now on, I will think of them, I will carry them in my heart, and it will always be as if they were there with me.